Happy New Year, everyone! Welcome to the first tutorial of the new year. This tutorial will be for the scrap yarn beanie, so let's gather around and get started. So I know as crocheters, we all have bins full of scrap yarn. So what I want you to do is go through your bin, grab any two color combinations with our scrap yarn as we can. It could be brown and gray, it could be black and red and white and blue. As many combinations as you can make with your scrap yarn, that's what we're going to do first. We're also going to grab our scissors. We're also going to grab our 5mm hook and of course the scrap yarn that we have pulled together. Please excuse my background. My desk has been through a lot. We have seen a lot of things. But so we're going to get started with our first two colors. We're going to chain 36. If you're not sure how to do a chain, there are plenty videos here on YouTube. I do believe I also have a video somewhere down my channel, so please check it out. But I'm going as slow as possible. You wrap the yarn around the hook and you pull through the loop. That is all you do for a basic chain, and we're going to do 36 of them to get started for this hat. I'm going to speed it up here so that we can get going to the fun part. Now that we have all 36 chains, we are going to do our first DC in the second chain from the hook, and we are going to DC into the next 31 stitches across the chain. Now I've hit a spot in my yarn where the yarn pretty much ended, so I'm going to attach another piece of yarn to that to create another color combination. This is going to happen depending on the size of your yarn scraps that you have, the balls that you have. So yeah, as you're working, your yarn may get to a point where it ends, and all you have to do is go through and attach another color to your new color combination. We are still double crocheting across this first row. I just had to go through and of course attach a new color to continue on. We are now on our last two double crochet stitches for this first row. We will now switch over to single crochet for the last 5 stitches in this row. I had a little knot here, but yeah, to finish off the row we will be doing 5 single crochets to complete the first row. Once this first row is completed, we're going to turn our work. Typically, or normally, we would chain one, but for this hat, we're not going to chain one at the beginning of the single crochets. We are just going to make a single crochet in both loops for the first stitch, and then in the next stitch, we're going to do a single crochet in the back loop. So for the first stitch, it's in both loops, and for the next 4 stitches is in the back loop. Single crochet in the back loop. To finish off this row, we will now be double crocheting in the back loops for the remainder of this row. So just double crochet in the back loops only for the remainder of this row. We are now at our last double crochet for this row. For the last double crochet, we are going to double crochet in both loops to complete the row. And then you're going to chain one, turn your work, and in the first stitch you're going to do a double crochet in both loops to start the row. The next stitch you will be doing back loops only. We are at the end of our double crochet, so now we will be single crocheting in the last 5 stitches. Once you get to that last single crochet, you will single crochet in both loops to end off the row. This is what we should be looking like. You are now on the next row. Turn your work, and you're going to do a single crochet in both loops and then single crochet in the next 4 stitches in the back loops, and continue this on until you get the desired length of your hat. I'm going to fast forward until we get to my desired length. I'll meet you back here shortly. So to just go over it one more time, you're going to single crochet in both loops for the first single crochet. The next 4 single crochets will be in the back loops. Then you will double crochet in the back loops for the next 30 stitches, and on that last double crochet you will double crochet in both loops. Chain one, turn your work, and you're going to double crochet in both loops for that first double crochet, and then you're going to double crochet in the back loops for the next 30 double crochets. You're going to single crochet in the next 4 stitches in the back loops only, and then that last final single crochet will be in both loops. Okay, we have about 22 rows. I'm on the 23rd row. I'm going to continue for another 8 rows, and then we're going to close it up and see how it fits. Yeah, so all you're doing is double crocheting once again in the back loops all the way down. Once you get to that last double crochet, you're going to do a full double crochet in both loops. So this is what my hat is looking like now. It's just a whole bunch of different colors combined. The whole point of the hat is for it to be scrap yarn, little funky colors, and yeah, you can pretty much wear it with anything. I'll be right back. Next, we're going to take our darning needle. I got this darning needle out of my Central knitting machine. So it's a little bit thicker than our usual metal darning needles. But all we're going to do is we're going to thread our needle, and we're going to close up the hat. So the hat closed. I go through the back loops of the last row and then the loops of the chain stitching. So just go back and forth between those 2 rows and close up the hat. We are now at the top of the hat, the last stitches that we need to sew in for the side of the hat. Now we're going to turn the work, and you're going to notice this big hole at the top of the hat. So what we're going to do is insert our darn needle in between each row of single crochets that we did, and just weave in our yarn. That's all we're doing. Just weaving in the yarn till we get to the last stitches of the top part of the hat. Just continue to weave it in and out, in and out. Our final stitching, and what we're going to do is we're going to pull, just pull, so that we can tighten the top part of the hat. And for extra security, I like to go through and sew a few more stitches just to add a little bit more security. That's what I'm doing here. Sew both sides together just so that the top part of the hat is more secure. And yeah, this is pretty much it. We're going to flip the hat right side out. Right side out, yeah, correct. Right side out, and then fold the brim, and we're done. So the hat is pretty easy. I was able to do this hat in about an hour and 15 minutes, besides me being tangled up. So I would say, yeah, about an hour and 15 minutes to complete the whole thing. And like I said, right here, I'm just securing the top part of the hat. I'm flipping it inside out. And it really doesn't matter which way you flip it, because the knots are supposed to be shown. That's the whole point. The knots are supposed to be shown. So yeah, this is the hat. It's really cute. You can wear this with some jeans, some sneakers, sandals, whatever floats your boat. Some UGG boots. Yeah. So this is the scrap yarn beanie. I hope this tutorial was helpful. I'm still trying to get a better setup. It's been a long journey, but yeah, the setup is coming. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching.